Good morning, children. In yesterday's class, we learned that scientists are solving many problems or questions, and they are following some thinking in a different way. Specific method they are following. So, what do we call that specific method where the scientists are following to solve the problem is said to be scientific method. Scientific method. So in that different steps also you learned, no children. So what are the different steps in a scientific method? In that yesterday I have written all the points. Once again let us recall. Ask questions. Second one is said to be form hypothesis. Form hypothesis. Then plan experiment. Plan conduct experiment. Next one, conduct experiment. Then draw conclusions. Draw conclusions. So these are the different steps they are following to solve the problem or to get the answer for the question. So ask questions. So we can have so many number of questions. Is it clear to you? So in that we have to select one question. Is it clear to you? Then we have to form hypothesis, plan experiment, conduct experiment, draw conclusions. So now in detail what are all this, making you to understand that we have to learn. So here observe and ask questions. In that in your book it is given. So we have to observe the things which are present in our surroundings. So if we observe the things, then definitely we will get doubts. Is it not, children? So we can have so many questions and we have to select one question. Is it clear to you? So in your book one student is having a question. What is that question? Which soil is best for sprouting seeds? Okay. Then what he has done? Then he has taken different types of soils. Okay, that we'll discuss later. And what are the things needed? Then form hypothesis. What is meant by hypothesis? You must know what is the meaning of hypothesis. Hypothesis is a possible answer that can be tested. Yesterday I said that plants prepare food by the process called photosynthesis. How can we prove means? We can conduct it. We have to conduct test. Is it not, children? So hypothesis means a possible answer that can be tested. We can test. So like that, any whatever the questions you have selected or any statement you have selected, you have to frame an hypothesis. So hypothesis means what? A possible answer that can be tested. Okay. So what is that I said? Example just now I have given, plants prepare by the process of photosynthesis. So we can prove it. Is it not? With the help of iodine test, starch is prepared. So starch is prepared by the plants in the process photosynthesis. That is our hypothesis. So how we can test starch is prepared? By using iodine solution. Is it not, children? So like that we are going to form an hypothesis. Then to prove our hypothesis, we have to conduct an experiment. Is it not? We have to take leaves. So now we have to select one question. So one statement we have to select. So then we have to form hypothesis. So my hypothesis to make you to understand is plants prepare starch by the process photosynthesis. So what is hypothesis? What I said, hypothesis is the possible answer that can be tested. So we can test and we can prove it, right? That one is called as a hypothesis. Then in your book, this boy wanted to know. So here pictures are given, no children. So this boy was having question. What is that? Which soil works best planting bean seeds? I need to find out about the different types of soils. So he has to sow the seeds in different types of soils, and which soil is giving the best result for sprouting bean seeds. That then here form hypothesis. No, that I said starch is prepared by the plants to make you to understand. And this boy, my hypothesis is that bean seeds sprouting best in the potting soil. Okay, he has taken a potting soil and that soil is best for sprouting of bean seeds. Like that, he hypothesized that one. Then, so it has to be proved or not. For that, what he has to do? He has to plan, or you have to plan an experiment. Okay, so I will give that starch only. Starch is prepared by the plants by the process called photosynthesis. So now we have to prove it, no children. So we have to plan. So what will be our plan? Aim, materials required, then procedure. What is the procedure? So we have to take we have to collect a leaf from the plant whichever is kept in sunlight. We have to pluck out the leaf and we have to boil it in water for few minutes. Then we have to transfer it to the plate or petri dish and we have to add iodine solution. Okay, that we have planned, then we conducted the experiment. So different materials we have used and we conducted experiment. Is it clear to you? So we have taken a leaf, then we have boiled the leaf, then we put the leaf in a plate or petri dish, that whichever is boiled, then taken out from the water, and if we pour iodine solution on it, we have to pour iodine solution on it. So that is the steps which we are using for conducting an experiment. Is it clear to you? So here this boy, what he has taken? He has taken 3 pots with different soils. 3 pots with different soils: clay, sandy and potting soil. Sandy soil, in one pot he has taken sandy soil. Then second one clay soil, and other one potting soil. So like loam or mixture of all. So that one we call it as potting soil. So he has taken 3 seeds. 3 seeds he has taken and he has sown them. That boy has sown seeds in the pots which contain 3 different types of soils. Here another important point you have to remember, he is going to control the factors. So they are called as variables. So here what are variables? Variables are the factors that can affect the outcome of the investigation. So here different types of soils he has taken. Then he is providing water, then he is providing sunlight, all the conditions. Okay, so factors which are going to affect the outcome of the result, so they are called as variables. Is it clear to children? Then, but the boy was thinking that potting soil is more and more suitable for sprouting bean seed. So to prove his hypothesis, he has taken 3 different pots with different types of soils. One with sand, other one with clay, and third one with potting soil, and he has sown the seeds and provided water, sunlight, everything. Equal amounts he has provided. Then now he conducted experiment like that. So after conducting experiment, and that work was to sprout a seed, it will take some time. Is it not, children? It will take 6 to 7 days or 8 days it will take to sprout the seed into a sapling. Is it not, children? So till that time he was providing water and sunlight, everything was provided. And next one, last step, draw conclusions. Draw conclusions. Is it clear to you? So after that, whenever he was observing these 3 parts every day, day 1, day 2, day 3, like that, and finally he came to know that. So here he has written, he has drawn conclusions. So what were the conclusions made by that boy? Sand, clay, then potting soil. So here days, after 3 days, 3rd day, 6th day, 9th day, like that. So now what he has done here, 3rd day when it is observed in the sand, the pot where the seed is present in sandy soil, the length of the plant is 1.8 centimeters. Then in clay soil 1.5 centimeters. In potting soil 1.8 centimeters. Then on 6th day when it is observed 2 centimeters. Then 1.7 centimeters. Then here again 2 centimeters. Okay. Then next one is said to be here 9th day 2.5 centimeters. And here it has become 2 centimeters and here 2.5 centimeters. Okay. Then what he has done, when he observed the height of the plants from 3rd day or 6th day or 9th day, sand soil, clay soil, then potting soil, he proved like what potting soil is suitable for sprouting. Is it clear to children? So my here analyze the data you gathered, then make charts, tables. So this is a table. Graphs also we can use for conclusion. Suppose if the plant is not growing in good height, okay, so here he got less height, okay, so 2 centimeters only, like that if it is there. So then he thought that potting soil is best for sprouting bean seeds, but its height is less only. Then what he thought, oh, my hypothesis was correct. So if your hypothesis was not correct, what you have to do? Again you have to start the experiment. Is it not? So till you get the answer. If your hypothesis is correct, yes, you feel so happy. Hypothesis means after the testing you came to know, yes, you are concluding that whatever I thought, whatever the question I got, I tested it, I got the answer, then it is correct. Like that, when you are thinking, then it will be very much giving satisfaction. Is it clear to children? So if hypothesis, so that boy is thinking that I will test this new hypothesis. Bean seeds sprout best in a combination of clay, sand and potting soil. So three soils. Is it clear to you? I will plan and conduct a test using potting soil, sandy soil and a combination of clay, sandy and potting soil. So separately he has used, and when he is conducting or when he want to prove his hypothesis, again mixture of sand, clay and potting soils when he has taken, like that he conducted and he got the correct answer. Okay. So what it is going to make you to understand means hypothesis always it helps you to get the correct answer which can be proved by conducting an experiment. Just like plants, how they prepare starch by the process photosynthesis. You are proving it. How can it be possible? So you learned just now that we are taking leaf which is boiled, and when we pour iodine solution, it will turn into blue black color. So that blue black color indicates that starch is prepared by the plant by the process called photosynthesis. So hypothesis is tested, or hypothesis is correct in that way. Is it clear to children? So like that here we can investigate your questions and get the answers. Till now you learned the scientific method. Okay, so organized. So many steps like ask questions, form hypothesis, plan for experiment, conduct experiment, draw conclusions. If your hypothesis is correct, you feel happy. If your hypothesis is not correct, again you are going to conduct till you get the answer like that. So while scientists are conducting experiments like that, or when they are doing their investigations, so they are going to use some skills. Okay, skills are used, very important for you also. So we have to improve our skills. Okay, so the skills which are used by the scientists when they are investigating so many things, or when they are doing any research work, such type of skills are called as a process skills. Process skills. So what do we call them, children? Process skills are the skills or the tools which are used by the scientists to do or to perform their investigations. So what are the different types of process skills? For example, in the earlier activity which was conducted by this boy, whatever it is given in your textbook, so he has used process skills. So three potted soils when he has taken, and he was observing the sprouting of bean seed, means observation. Is it not? So that is also one kind of skill only. Is it not, children? So here, what are the different types of process skills that the scientists are going to use while they are investigating investigating means here, what are those means? First one, speak. Then listen. Read. Write. Think. Then observe. Compare. Classify. Observe, compare, classify. Record data. All this will come under variables, etc. Okay. So now what are the different types of process skills, children? So means we have to convey whatever we got result, or whatever doubts we got. So you have to clarify those doubts, means we have to use some skills. Is it not, children? Okay, so by writing, or by observing, or by speaking, by sharing, or by reading books. So these are all said to be different types of process skills which we are going to use, and which the scientists are also going to use for their investigations. Speak, listen, read, write, think, observe, compare, classify, and record data. These are all said to be process skills. Then so you can also think about the different types of questions which are asked by the students, or when teacher is asking any question, you are going to think and give the answer. Is it not? So when teacher bring different colored any pebbles or stones of different sizes, we are going to if I separate them, so you are going to use some skills. What do we call? Means they are all said to be process skills. So some examples are given, children. So process skills. If we observe here, observe, use the senses to learn about objects and events. So now process skills, use the senses, sense organs. Okay, to speak we are using our tongue, then to see, eyes we are using, to listen, ears we are using. So use senses to learn about objects and events. Then compare, identify the characteristics of things or events. So we have to identify, we have by comparing, like that. Then classify, group or organize objects or events. Classification we are going to do. Suppose if I bring some set of plants, so you are observing the differences or similar characters in that, and you are going to separate them, observing the size of the leaves or shape of the leaves or color of the flowers, number of petals, all that you are observing, and you are going to classify. Is it not, children? So they are said to be here process skills. Observe. While observing, we are using our sense organs, eyes, then nose to smell anything, okay, fragrance, good or bad. Then we are speaking with the tongue and ears. So we are using our senses for our observation. Then comparing, what we are comparing, identify the characteristics of the things or events. Then like similar characters or dissimilar characters we are observing. Then classifying the objects or events on the particular specific character. So here one example is given, what Saket plans to investigate. Okay, so here Saket collected different types of shells. Shells have been collected when he visited a beach area in Vizag or any other coastal region. So he collected some shells, shells from the beaches, and he grouped them first. When they were kept at one place, what will be his observation, or what are the process skills he is using here for this diagram? So you are observing different things. One is said to be color, then size, shape. Okay, so when we are observing the shells, so on the particular characters like color, size and shape, we can just separate them. Is it not, children? So here he observed the shells and compared the size, shape and color. So what he has done, he classified the shells first into groups based on their size first. Okay, so same big size or small size. Size if we take a big or small. So they are kept in a group. Then color, next color, what? Brown color or white color. Then shape also it has been taken. Okay, smooth or rough, like that they have taken, and the shells have been classified. So in that way Saket used the skills, observational skill, we are observing. You also must learn to observe the things which are present in your surroundings. Is it clear to children? Then next example, whichever is given in your textbook, what Charita plans to investigate. So she collected small rocks from the field, and she wanted to change the shape and size or mass of the stones which she collected. For that, what she has done means, she has taken the stones in different tumblers, and continuously she kept all the stones in one tumbler, and she was just shaking, moving it. Okay, so when all stones, when they are in touch with each other, what will happen means, you know that before she measured the mass then that is the weight and size, shape. So she observed all this, she noted. So one stone was 5 grams, like that. Size, smaller or bigger, size, shape. So all were recorded, and she wanted to change the mass or size or shape. So all the stones which she collected, so when they were rubbed with each other, after weekdays what happened means the mass of the stones decreased, even size also decreased some, or shape also round or rough, like that she observed. So here also she was observing, she was using her observational skills, and the size, shape and the mass of the stones were observed by Charita. So in that way she has done her investigation by using process skills. What is that? Process skills by observation. What she observed? Size, shape and mass. Mass means weight of the stones. Before investigation she noted, she recorded, and after investigation she recorded. Then she came to know, is there any difference? Means yes, the size of the stone and the shape of the stone and mass of the stone, it is decreased because of rubbing the stones with each other. It will give smooth shape. Size also will be decreasing and mass also will be decreasing. So like that Charita used process skills. So in that way some other process skills which are used by other with other examples we will learn in tomorrow's class. Thank you.